So my friend and I were driving home for the weekend, long drive, like 2.5 hours, and we started talking about what our greatest fear was. I'm not talking like the base level, like I'm terrified of heights stuff. I'm talking like deep down, like the deep stuff. And something that we both settled on as being one of our greatest fears is the fear of just not being good enough and not living up to our potential. Since then, I've realized that's part of why I work so hard. It's very deeply ingrained in me that I don't want to miss out on anything because I didn't work hard enough. I've played a lot of sport over the years. I've played football, I've played hockey, and I'd always find after matches that the mistakes I'd made would be annoying me and they'd stick with me for hours after, and I'd be thinking about how I could have done it differently to improve for the next time. And I didn't realize it until I was having that conversation, but I do hold myself very accountable for mistakes I made that could have been prevented by doing more work, by practicing more. There's a TikTok going around at the minute. I forget who it is talking in it, but I'm gonna just let it play for a second.
And my biggest fear, honestly, was, let's say this. Let's say I don't care if you believe in God or not. I don't care. So let's just play a game with me. Let's say you're God, and we have a big fucking long line of people. And I made it to heaven. I'm 75 years old. I'm 300 pounds. I made it to heaven. I worked for Ecolab my entire life, spraying for cockroaches. That's what I did. But I'm dead. I'm in heaven now. And you're judging us all now. Here's a big board up, David Goggins. I see my name and I see all this shit, and God goes, hey, you say, read this, man. And I'm reading this list and I'm seeing 182 pounds, Navy SEAL, Ranger School, motivational speaker, changing lives. Okay, man, pull up record, all this shit. And I'm like, that's not me, man. And God looks at me and says, that's who you were supposed to be.
And I think that kind of sums up the fear of just not living up to your potential and not being good enough. I did read something the other day that reassured me a bit. It went something like this. If you put your life on a 24-hour clock and you're about 20 years old, you're only at 6:24 a.m. That is so much time. Do you know how early in the day that is? There's people I know that don't even know that time exists. So just keep working, but take it easy on yourself. Time waits for no man, but life is not a sprint. It's a marathon. The best version of yourself is not going to be built in a day. It's just not going to happen. But if you keep working, eventually they will be. So that is something I do need to improve on, is taking it a bit easier on myself. But I am going to keep working, because when I do eventually face God, I don't want him to tell me all the things I could have been. I want him to tell me that I tried my best and that I accomplished as much as I possibly could do in my life. And that's all any of us can do.